Canada's main stock index rose at open on Wednesday, led by gains in energy and financial stocks. The Toronto Stock Exchange is S. The Canadian dollar edged higher against its U.S. counterpart on Wednesday, with the currency recovering from an earlier one-week low ahead of an expected interest rate hike by the Federal Reserve. Story continues below advertisement. The Canadian dollar was trading 0.1% higher at $1.2994 to the greenback, or 76.96 US cents. The currency touched its weakest level since June 5 at $1.3046. Traders' expectations for a Fed rate hike on Wednesday were reinforced by a stronger-than-forecast increase in U.S. producer prices in May. It would be the second tightening this year by the U.S. Central Bank. The Bank of Canada has also raised interest rates once this year. Chances of another hike at its next meeting in July have eased to about 62% from more than 70% before a G7 summit in Canada at the weekend, data from the overnight index swaps market showed. U.S. President Donald Trump backed out of a joint communiqué agreed by Group of 7 leaders that mentioned the need for free, fair and mutually beneficial trade and the importance of fighting protectionism. He also attacked Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in their feud over trade. This bet comes amid slow-moving talks between Canada, the United States and Mexico to modernize the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. Canada sends about 75% of its exports to the United States, so its economy could be hurt if NAFTA were scrapped. U.S. Crude oil futures were down 0.5% at $66.02 a barrel. Oil is one of Canada's major exports. Story continues below advertisement. U.S. stock indexes opened little changed on Wednesday as gains in healthcare stocks offset losses in AT. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 7.92 points, or 0.03%, at the open to 25,328.65. The Nasdaq Composite gained 10.11 points, or 0.13%, to 7,713.90 at the opening bell. Time Warner jumped 3.6% in early trading after the landmark ruling, which is expected to trigger a wave of corporate mergers. At 21st Century Fox surged 7.5% as Comcast Corp is expected to outbid Disney for some of its assets as early as Wednesday. Sprint, which is looking to merge with T-Mobile, was also up 2%. The ruling sounds like it opened the door for consolidation, which should excite investors in that space, said Jack Ablin, Chief Investment Officer at Crescent Wealth Advisors in Chicago. Investors are awaiting the Fed's decision on monetary policy at 2 p.m. ET. With this year's second interest rate hike almost certain, market participants will look for signals on whether the Fed will move to raise rates 3 or 4 times this year. Story continues below advertisement. Market pricing is fairly split between 3 and 4 hikes this year, so it probably doesn't require a hawkish signal to correct a mispricing. Deutsche Bank strategist Jim Reed wrote in a note to clients. Investors are focused on how the Fed characterizes its monetary policy as borrowing costs return to more normal levels amid an ongoing economic expansion. Fed Chair Jerome Powell holds a news conference after the decision. A Labor Department report on Wednesday showed U.S. producer prices increased more than expected in May, leading to the biggest annual increase in nearly 6.5 years, but underlying producer inflation remained moderate. Reuters.